Welcome back to another episode of The Natty Teacher. I'm trying to be quiet here because my wife and kid are still sleeping. But slept in a little bit, but it's still pretty early, 6:45. And I just did my 5 rounds of stomach vacuums and took my morning supplements. So now we are going on to meal number 1. Welcome to a full day of eating. I guess I should probably preface that. But yeah, so meal number 1, I will turn the camera around here in a second. Let's see. All right, so meal number 1, 200 grams egg whites with 3 whole eggs, 90 grams dry weight homemade cream of rice. So it's just made from basmati rice. So I just make my own cream of rice. And that has 10 grams of organic honey, half a scoop of whey isolate just to give it a little flavor, and half a tablespoon of just straight up peanut butter, plain peanut butter. So it just is made from like dry roasted peanuts. That's it. There's no added sugars, no other added ingredients, no other oils, nothing, just from peanuts. And then we have a little fruit veggie bowl, 100 grams cucumber, 100 grams apple, 100 grams banana, and then we got 2 liters of water, all of which I will drink and also use to mix in with like my pre-workout and intra-workout. So that'll be gone by the time we go to the gym. So again, this is meal number 1 and also our pre-workout meal. I'm gonna slam this down and I'll see you guys for training and then for meal number 2. All right, so meal number 1 consumed a little over an hour ago now. I finished it. 2 liters of water minus what's left in my intra. Consumed. Pre-workout consumed. And now we are on our way to the gym for our leg B day. So we got hamstrings and glutes on the docket, a little bit of calves, a little bit of abs, and of course, later on though, not yet, later on, I gotta shave. Later on, cardio, half hour of cardio. Even in the off season, I was feeling did a little posing this morning. I gotta start filming some of that too, but I was just like bathroom posing. It was, you know, you guys know how it is. Get caught in the mirror sometimes. But I do want to start posing some off-season posing footage, in my wife and I's little posing room that we have set up in our guest room, which got like a mirror on the wall, and I got a little black backdrop that it's just a black sheet that I can hang up. So I got to start posing some of that footage as well. So anyways, which we will. Feeling a little thick, getting a little thick. In more good ways than bad, put it that way. But the off season is definitely off seasoning. I've allowed myself to have little treats here and there and what have you, but not like unhealthy. We're talking like rice cake and peanut, extra rice cakes and peanut butter. And, my wife got these little like strawberry yogurt covered almonds from Trader Joe's that I've been snacking on the last couple days. She got them for me as part of like my birthday gift because my birthday is on Sunday. So I've been, kind of, snacking on those and whatever, but I definitely can tell my body is filling out. But no, still got the good hard abs, good visible abs. That's good. That's been the key. So even as we continue to get bigger and bigger, I don't want those to wash out too much as we continue to put on more size and go from there. So anyways, like I said, hamstrings and glutes on the docket with some calves and abs at the end. Really, for me, when I train hamstrings, guys, in particular, and this is just something that I found that has helped me already in this off season with some like good hamstring and glute development, especially hamstrings. But I mean, obviously every body part benefits from this, but I've noticed hamstrings, I don't know if it's just the way that, they just run vertically, just straight up and down on your body, but I really, really have noticed a benefit in really good stretching and squeezes with these, which I think is it goes without saying, again, with any body part, shouldn't matter how it's set up, getting a deeper stretch and harder squeezes is always just going to create, much more muscular damage and, in turn, growth, as long as you're recovering and feeding the body properly. So, and much more stimulation within the body itself. But, yeah, I really have noticed, I love this workout for me because it's almost like peaceful to an extent, because I really, really get into a zone with hamstrings because of how focused I am on that mind-muscle connection and trying to isolate the hamstrings as much as possible. So, anyways, 8 to 10 working sets of hamstrings or so. Probably, let's see, roughly 4 to 6 working sets of direct glute work or more biased glute work. Some of those exercises are shared, by the way, as far as like, you know, they work both hamstrings and glutes, so I would count them for both. But yeah, good amount of volume. Not too much though, not too much to where we can't recover. And we'll go from there. So first exercise you guys will see is coincidentally not a hamstring or glute exercise, but I don't have access to it on my quad day, so I do it today. No big deal. And that is adductor. So working them inner thighs, trying to create more of the illusion of width from the front and from the back. Fill out those legs width-wise instead of depth-wise, front to back. Okay, so top set of adductor coming at you right about now. All right, as promised, per usual with this leg B workout. I know that we're focusing on hamstrings and glutes primarily, but I do throw in some inner thigh work and throw in 2 working sets of adductor. So this is our top set here. We did the stack plus 5 pounds, so I think that equates to about 225 pounds. And did this for a top set of 8 with a couple assisted reps at the end. You'll see those assisted reps here in a moment, kind of how I work those. And then we dropped the weight, I believe exactly 20%. Yeah, close, right about 20%. And rep that out as well. So you'll see in these assisted reps here, I will kind of help actually close my legs a little bit and then really still control that eccentric and, you know, make sure it's nice and slow and controlled and really trying to fight that tension. So again, 2 total working sets there, 1 top set, 1 back off set. Then lying hamstring curls, jumped up pretty high in weight, added another 15 pounds from last week. But we're trying to shoot a little bit lower in reps. So really this top set, I was looking for 10 to 12 and I hit it exactly right on the mark, right at 10. Then I tried to go for an 11th and you'll see at the end there that I couldn't quite get a full rep there. So it was definitely burning. So I like to usually keep these in a little bit of a higher rep range, but to be completely honest with you, this top set closer to 10 reps felt really, really good. I was still able to get a good full range of motion, get nice control, really get a nice pump in the hamstrings before I went on to my, you know, compound movements. And it felt really good, man. So again, 1 top set here, and then yet again, we dropped the weight exactly. This one was an exact 20% drop, and just repped that out after a rest period. So again, I think this is where, if I'm not mistaken, I try to go for an 11th, and I'm just like toasted. Yeah, so it was pretty good. It was a pretty much full rep, but I didn't quite count it. This is not how fast this goes, so please realize this is in double speed. Toe elevated Smith machine RDLs. I know it's like a mouthful there, and it's like, man, why don't you just do regular like barbell RDLs? Well, I have many times, even in since I've started, you know, posting on YouTube. You can look back and see that I just never could connect with them really well. This one, I gotta admit, I connect with it pretty well. So I elevate those toes on a platform. You'll see that I never round my back forward. My head and chest stay up the whole time, and it takes a lot of tension off of the lower back. Still obviously hinging quite a bit, but I'm just pulling with those hamstrings and glutes. We did 2 working sets there with 2 plates and a quarter, both 20 plus 20 or more reps. I think it was like 21 reps and then 20 reps. So some Smith machine hip thrusts. This one, the range of motion is relatively limited, and that's okay. I'm not super concerned about that. I'm actually more focused on the squeezing part at the top of the movement. So we added 50 pounds from last week, and I felt every one of those 50 pounds added. This is the top set, is a 5 plates and a quarter on there for a set of 6. And felt not terrible. Like, you never really know what's too much weight until you try it. And it was probably a little too hefty of a jump, but you know what? I'm glad I did it because I want to work with this weight for a while. We dropped down, so like I said, we did a set of 6 and then dropped down to 5 plates and actually ended up rocking out a set of 10, which is a pretty big PR there. Now, we got some glute hyper extensions here. This one we just did 1 total working set. I was doing 2 in the past, but I wanted to mix up a little bit, and kind of end the hinging movements with this one here and just do 1 really big set. Now, again, I got a 45-pound plate. You're going to see here when I get fully stretched to the bottom. First of all, there's no way, again, I've said this in my previous videos, there's literally no way to avoid recruiting your lower back on this hinging movement. It's impossible not to, but that doesn't mean that you can't really utilize the glutes and hamstrings really, effectively. So what I'm trying to do here is I get a full stretch. I'm stretching and elongating those hamstrings as far as I possibly can, going all the way down. And then I'm pretending, and again, I've said this cue in all these videos here, I'm pretending I'm, pinching a quarter or like a pencil in between my butt cheeks and pulling them up. You know what I mean? Really trying to pull myself up with my glutes. Again, I know you're going to hinge with that lower back. You're going to feel your lower back. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But I'm really trying to picture pulling up with those glutes and squeezing them for a brief moment at the top. So I know it was over 20 reps. I think it was closer to 22 or 23 reps here. It was a PR for me. Getting really strong in this movement for solid form too, so that was really good. And yeah, so again, one total working set here. Doesn't require a ton to get a lot out of this movement. Okay, this one's also double speed here. Some single leg standing hamstring curls. Okay, again, try to get that full range of motion. You know, kick that heel up. We're trying to drive that heel into the glute, man. Try to pull that up as much as possible. You're not going to be able to do a ridiculous amount of weight on when you're doing it off a leg extension machine like this. I remember on my wife and I's honeymoon, we went to a gym. It's called Curl Fitness out in Newport Beach, California, and they had like a unilateral hamstring curl, and it was awesome. It was so cool. So it'd be sweet to have that. I don't have it, so this is the best I can do as far as the variation goes. I got this variation from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sam Sulik. One set there, I would keep that in that 15 to 25 or so rep range. Then, might sound or look a little weird because it's like hamstrings and glutes. What? Well, yeah, but I wanted to throw in a little quads. Obviously, the leg extension that I use for my leg day is much, much different. The tension points are much, much different. I can use like comfortably double the weight than I can at the gym I work quads at, you know, where it looks like I'm working out in a dungeon or a basement. It's because it is a basement. So my first leg day of the week, my quad-based leg day, I do leg extensions then, but I wanted to really get a full stretch leg extension here where it can come really far down and really flex those knees. So we did one top set here using the majority of the stack. We did a total set of, I want to say 17. Got a really sick little quad pump just off this one exercise actually in one set. So it's just one total set here for quads. Obviously, we'd already done a full quad-based workout earlier in the week. Not trying to add too much more volume, but a touch more frequency ain't never going to hurt the quads. I'll tell you that. Then we ended, well, not ended, but ended the recorded portion, I should say, with some abductor. Okay, 2 working sets here. Again, trying to drive those knees outwards. It's the complete opposite of adducting. Okay, in our first exercise. Really feels great on that outer upper thigh and those the outer portion of the glutes. Again, really controlled. This is not an exercise I would recommend trying to, you know, use the full stack and gym pin it and use like 4 45-pound plates. This is one where control and tempo is huge. Feel that burn. Really sit in that burn. Okay, you know, when you push those legs out, sit in that fully stretched position for a moment, and then, you know, allow the weight to come back in. Again, it feels great. Sit in the burn, feel the pain, live with it. Leg B workout in the books. Woo! Grueling, hard, difficult, challenging. I don't know, a lot of different one of those verbs, nouns, adjectives, man. I'm a social studies teacher, not an English teacher. I don't know the difference. A lot of whatever the more, you know, any word synonymous or associated with the word challenging. There we go. Throw that in there. Woo! Great workout, man. Just finished up some abs, so I'm still kind of breathing heavy. Calves and abs were not filmed. We did 3 working sets in that 6 to 10 rep range, really focusing on the deep stretch of some pretty heavy seated calves. And then we did 3 working sets of machine crunches. One set I did like a straight set of 25, and then I did 2 sets of 13 with a decent amount more weight. That first set, I was going to do a higher rep range day today. Nah, wasn't hard enough. So I wanted to, you know, up the weight a little bit from, you know, kind of in that medium rep range and that, you know, 10 to 15 rep range. So that felt much better, felt much more challenging. So yeah, calves and abs, again, not filmed. Now, I don't have a full outro here because we are actually on our way home to continue filming our full day of eating. And my wife and I today, actually, we're going grocery shopping. So tomorrow, it will not be posted today, but tomorrow we will have a full day, or not a full day of eating, sorry, a grocery haul posted tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. Kind of see all the little extra things that you probably will not see on the full day of eating, even though, to be honest with you, I don't have a whole lot of extra things in my diet, but be able to see what we eat. So heading home for meal number 2, and that'll be coming at you right now. All right. here with the easiest meal of the day, meal 2. God, spill. Look at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy. I don't know many languages, but I'm pretty sure that is muy delicioso in español. Very good. Muy bueno. I think it was 2 for 2 in Spanish. So all this is here, very simple. And obviously the amounts of ingredients will vary in this throughout the year, depending on if it's prep or bulk or maintenance or whatever phase I'm in. But in a bulking state, we're loading up this shake, okay? But it's easy on the stomach, which is nice. And I've been able to blend meals now. Well, I only have one blended meal per day, and I've been able to do this for quite a few years now, on and off, and never have any issues with it. If you do have issues with it, I hate to say it, I'm sorry to say that, but for me, my body breaks this down and absorbs it very well, especially post-workout when your body's like really, really hungry and it's just like screaming for some food. It's ideal. So in here we got 100 grams dry weight of some quick oats, a scoop and a half of just some vanilla whey isolate. Obviously, whatever flavor you want to do, you do that. 100 grams of frozen blueberries and 50 grams of frozen spinach with a gram of sea salt and just blended with water. That's it. So very high protein, very high carb, very little fat immediately post-workout. So this will digest like a dream, and we will eat again pretty much exactly 2 to 2.5 hours from now. That'll be meal number 3, and I'll see y'all then. Totally forgot to record it. My bad, guys. As my daughter is chatting with my wife. Now, just had meal number 3, so it was a little over 2 hours after meal number 2. And also did my half-hour cardio in between there. So I usually like to try to separate my weight training and cardio by somewhere between like 2 and 6 hours or so. But we have a birthday dinner with my parents tonight, so wanted to make sure I got that done. So now we're on our way to Aldi. And again, that you'll see that Aldi haul tomorrow. And then for this video, though, you will be back for meal number 4. So meal 3 was 160 grams cooked weight of some shredded chicken breast, 250 grams cooked weight of just some good old plain basmati rice. We did 75 grams of some beets and 100 grams of pineapple. So that was the third meal. Also 30 grams of sauerkraut on there. I do some sauerkraut in both meals 3 and 4. Usually meal 3 for me is my beef and rice meal, but because we had yet to go to Aldi, we thought we were going to go earlier, but my daughter's nap schedule was a little different. So usually it would be this meal 5, or no, meal 4. I'm flipping. I flip meal 3 and 4. So the next meal usually is my third meal of the day. And then the meal I just had is usually my 4th meal. I put some sugar-free, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on there. Awesome stuff. You only need 15-20 grams for a meal that big. It covers more than enough to give it some good flavor. So, anyways, my allergies are bugging me right now. So, anyways, we're going to head out, go to Aldi, and then I'll see you guys in a little bit for meal number 4. All right. Oh, whoops. Camera's all fogged up. There we go. All right, meal number 4. This would usually be meal number 3, but we got 160 grams trimmed eye of round, 250 grams weight basmati rice, and once that bowl is empty, that's where I'll put in my next part of this meal, which is 100 grams of mixed vegetables. So it's like carrots, peas, corn, green beans, all just like frozen, heated up and all that. So 100 grams cooked weight of that, 100 grams of pineapple, and also as a little treat, a little midday treat now that they're ripe, a nectarine. So that's meal number 4. I'll catch you guys for meal number 5. All right, we're back. Man, a bunch of outfit changes today. Hair's all done up, shaved. It's like it's a different day or something, but it's not, I promise, same day. So here, it's almost gone. My wife's like, did you film it? And I was like, no, crap, good call. So we have 160 grams shredded chicken breast, 250 grams cooked weight basmati rice, and 100 grams of some mixed vegetables with about 20 grams of sugar-free barbecue sauce, and per usual, just like with every meal, gram of sea salt. So, I don't think I mentioned that before. Anyways, last meal of the day is not a typical meal. In fact, it is an off-plan birthday meal. But, with some treats afterwards. I'm pumped. I'm psyched. There's the hot wife in the back, the natty wife. Gotta love it. All right. catch you for the last meal. I don't know if I'll film in the restaurant or not. That's weird. We'll see. Oh. All right, yeah, so that was a really quick little video. I hate having my phone out in like a restaurant. Like, I don't mind the gym. I can tuck my phone in a corner with a little tripod in the gym, but like recording openly in a restaurant, my plate and stuff, I don't know. I felt weird about it. So I had it's called the Backyard Burger from this restaurant. It's called the Clarkston Union. Or Union Station. I think it's called the Clarkston Union, but it's absolutely phenomenal in Clarkston, Michigan. Great stuff. So I had it's essentially just like a good, hamburger, a cheeseburger, I should say. And I had some like roasted potatoes on the side and had a few little snacks here and there. Just had a handful or so of some frozen grapes. And I have like a 310 calorie Halo Top ice cream that I'm going to have here in a little bit, but I want to get all this video stuff done first. So I'll have that as kind of my birthday treat. Obviously, I don't have that like every weekend. That's not really like a consistent part of my diet. But usually, just as a heads up, for that meal that I just had, like that, I guess you could say off-plan meal, usually that is 160 grams of ground turkey with 250 grams of chopped russet potatoes and 100 grams of bell pepper. Then I'll usually put like a little sugar-free barbecue sauce on that, or sometimes some like spicy yellow mustard or spicy brown mustard. I don't know which one it is, one of the two, but yeah, something like that. So anyways, that is it. I know it's a long video, training, full day of eating. Make sure you check out yet another long video tomorrow if you want to hear me just yapping. Got a grocery haul from Aldi that I filmed today. That'll be posted tomorrow. I think I already said that in this video a couple times, but check it out. Make sure you like and share the video. Drop a comment below. I appreciate all the feedback and comments. My daughter my wife's eating a little ice cream and she's sharing with my daughter. She knows that. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was relatively knowledgeable. I don't have all the macros calculated out for you. I know on an average day for me, and I dropped in a comment to a user a little while ago, or a couple days ago, but for me, right now, calories are just over 4,000 a day. Proteins at almost an even 300 grams per day on a normal day of eating. Carbs it depends on if it's a leg day or not, but usually really all my days are about the same, minus rest days. Food is down just a little bit. So tomorrow actually food is down just slightly because obviously my calorie expenditure is much lower. But carbs range between about 550 to 600 grams or so. And fats are about in that 80 gram range per day. So not super high fats, but obviously much higher than what I would normally consume on like a, contest prep, where that would be in that 40 to 50 grams. So definitely some additional fat in there. But yeah, so again, I don't have them all calculated out like to a T for you, especially with having an off-plan meal today. So, and some treats and all that for my birthday. So, anyways, again, make sure you tune in tomorrow for that grocery haul. See literally all the food that we eat as a family in a week and the cost and all that kind of fun stuff. And yeah, for tonight, I'm the Natty Teacher, and this very long episode of Summer School is officially out. I will catch y'all on the flippity flop. It's up.